What's up everyone, how's it going? It's Simon here from CD Revival. Today I'm going to do another CD update, so end of June update. Excuse me. Picked up quite a lot of stuff in the last week or so, couple of weeks. Basically been to car boot sales, a couple of new things, some stuff from eBay and also charity shops as well. So we'll get through exactly what I've picked up, see what you think. As usual, it's the usual eclectic, different styles, different genres, some good stuff and some indifferent stuff maybe, who knows, but a few greatest hits as well. Start off with the new Queens of the Stone Age album, In Times New Roman. Enjoy this, it took me quite a few listens to get into it. We'll be doing a Queens of the Stone Age ranking, and but haven't quite decided where this will come yet, so that'll be coming in the next week or so. Decent album, as I say. The only thing I will say, people that buy new CDs these days, the packaging, it's, you know, you want people to buy physical media. I don't know if they do want people to buy physical media, but I would imagine that's a decent money maker for the artist, more than just a stream here and there. And yeah, just a basic cardboard sleeve, very little thought gone into it. Decent cover, don't get me wrong, but not even a jewel case, not a booklet, minimal information, minimal packaging. Disappointing. Very few CDs that come out nowadays that you buy new, in my opinion, unless they're a deluxe edition or something, is anything remotely nice. So yeah, disappointing packaging, but still a good album. Next one, got this literally through the post today. Spread Eagle album from the early 90s maybe, I think this one came out. Yeah, actually 1990. Really good album, Guns N' Roses-esque I suppose. Quite rare to get these days, but yeah, really cool album. Things like Switchblade Serenade was the main single off of this one. Back on the Bitch, Broken City, Scratch Like a Cat, all good tracks. Really cool album. Managed to pick this up for a reasonable price as well. If you look on Discogs now, well, at the moment, I looked when I catalogued it earlier, goes for, you're not getting it any cheaper than £25, so paid considerably less for it, so I was very happy to get that one. This one from a car boot, a lot of them from car boots, did quite a big one on Sunday. New Gold Dream by Simple Minds, one of their 80s albums. Did quite enjoy their stuff, to be honest. This one, trying to get the year, if possible. Yeah, still no. Maybe y'all can let me know. But anyway, Promised You a Miracle, probably the most famous song on here. Glittering Prize is good. New Gold Dream, good album. This one also, £1. I got this one for. Got most of the, well, pretty much all the Beastie Boys albums. This one is Solid Gold Hits, which was worth the £1 I paid for it, just for the quality shot of them aged about 14 on the cover. Once again, not extravagant packaging, but at least this one's got a digipack. Loads of classic songs on here. Things like No Sleep Till Brooklyn, Fight For Your Right, obviously from the first album, Brass Monkey as well. Going up to Open Letter to NYC, check it out. Intergalactic, loads of really cool hits, basically, solid gold hits in fact. This one came out in 2005, so yeah, it's been out a while, but yeah, worth £1. Was happy to just add that to the collection for that. Definitive Simon and Garfunkel, another £1 purchase. I haven't got any of their other albums, so it's quite a good to get a greatest hits, because they have done some good stuff. All the hits are on here. Mrs. Robinson, etc., Homeward Bound, I'm a Rock, Hazy Shade of Winter, Bridge Over Troubled Water, The Boxer, Cecilia, etc. So not a massive fan of theirs, but like to have the greatest hits. It's yeah, worth having, I think. This one, which I've not listened to yet, is Stevie Ray Vaughan. and Double Trouble, obviously. Texas Flood, this one is, which I think was his first album, yeah, debut album, released in 1983 originally. So yeah, so look forward to checking that out. There's quite a few things on here that I haven't actually heard, so it'll be interesting. It's quite a lot of listening for me to do. Stevie Wonder, Inner Visions, one of his classic albums from the 70s. 1973 originally was out. Tamla Motown label on that one. It's got Living for the City on it. Higher Ground, Don't You Worry About a Thing, He's Mr. Know-It-All. So some classic tracks on there, classic album. Say all of these were £1. This one, Frankie Said, which is another Frankie Goes to Hollywood compilation. A little bit of thought gone into the packaging as well, but it's not your standard. There's quite a few interesting remixes and yeah, sort of rarer cuts on here. Not loads, but mostly the single stuff. But it is, yeah, it's interesting. Say worth £1. I say big fan of theirs, so you know I'll pick up stuff if it's certainly got something that I don't have on CD on it. This one looks interesting as well. I've not heard this. This is the Les Claypool Frog Brigade, Purple Onion. Obviously Les Claypool, the lead singer and bassist for Primus. So not sure what this one, I can sort of vaguely work out what it's going to be like, but be interested to listen to that one. This one I do know, Beck Guerrero. Big fan of Beck, to be honest. I do like a lot of his stuff, and this is probably one of my favourite albums of his. This one's got E-Pro on it as well, which I really do like. Hell Yes was another big single from this one. So excellent album. This one was from 2005. This one came out, but if you're a fan of Beck, this is, well, for me, it's one of my favourites of his. Iggy Pop, Lust for Life. Got this one for £1 as well. Trying to build up my Iggy Pop collection a little bit because I do like his stuff. This one, yeah, it's got some good tracks on it. Lust for Life, obviously, and The Passenger, the big tracks on here. But not a bad album. I was listening to this the other day, and yeah, it's pretty good. Do enjoy that one. Chemical Brothers, Born in the Echoes. Not familiar with this. I do like their stuff, but this one is a more recent album of theirs. I think this is like 2015. Yeah. So yeah, quite nice packaging once again. You've got the booklet, you've got the CD, 2 booklets by the look of it. Oh no, it's just an inner sleeve. So, but yeah, not heard this one, so not familiar with it at all. But we'll look forward to checking that out. Very best of Elvis Costello and the Attractions, another greatest hits one. Once again, don't own any of his other studio albums, so quite nice to get the greatest hits. To say it's got all the favourites on it. Watching the Detectives, I Want to Go to Chelsea, Pump It Up, Every Day I Write the Book, Can't Stand Up for Falling Down, etc, etc. Oliver's Army, Accidents Will Happen. So yeah, a lot of good stuff on there. Another Beck one, Modern Guilt. This one I'm less familiar with. This one's from 2008. I think this one's a bit more of his folky style. He does tend to change it up with styles and what have you. So I don't think I've checked this out, maybe once, but I certainly don't remember it. But yeah, another one for the Beck collection. This was sealed when I got this. Lamb of God, Ashes of the Wake. Don't mind their stuff. I'm not a MAGA. I've not really heard a lot of their stuff, but say for £1 sealed, I was more than happy. It's not sealed anymore. You can't listen to them if you seal them up. But yeah, another one for listening to. Good album. Magnum on a Storytellers Night. This is a 20th anniversary expanded edition. So disc 2 is basically bonus demo tracks. Pretty cool album. Was listening to this today. AOR. Adult orientated rock from the 80s, but a good album. Yeah, very enjoyable. This one is the 2005 remaster. I don't know when it originally came out, somewhere in the 80s, maybe like, I don't know, 85, something like that. You can let me know on that one. But yeah, nice to pick that one up. Wild Hearts EP, one of their early EPs, Don't Be Happy, Just Worry. do enjoy the Wild Hearts. Their first album's absolutely stunning, and their other stuff's not too shabby either. This one's, to say, an 8-track mini LP, EP if you like. So that's pretty cool. I was glad to get that. Ill Manners by Plan B. This is a bit more hip-hoppy than his other album, which I can't remember what it's called, but One With Love Comes Down on it anyway. But this is from the soundtrack to the movie, which he, I think, directed. But it's pretty good. Billy Joel, Innocent Man. Obviously a big hit for him in the 80s. This has got all the, like the title track, and it's got Tell Her About It, Uptown Girl, The Longest Time. That was another single from it as well, so packed full of singles. Decent album. I do quite enjoy Billy Joel, to be fair. Best of the Birds. Not heard loads of their stuff, to be honest with you. The stuff that I've heard the most of is their country stuff, like Sweetheart of the Radio, which I think is a great album, which I do need to pick up, to be honest. This has got a couple of tracks on there. Hickory Wind, I think, is definitely on that album. But yeah, 27 tracks on there. I think I maybe paid 50p for that or something, so pretty happy to get that. Biffy Clyro, Only Revolutions. Not a massive... I've got a few of their albums now, to be honest, and I think their guitar work and stuff is pretty good. I'm not a great fan of the guy's voice, if I'm being brutally honest with you, but they are pretty cool, and I say you seem to be able to pick up their stuff fairly cheaply. Do see it around quite a lot. This one's from 2009. I've given it a quick spin, but need to give it another good go. They are a good band. Iggy and the Stooges, Raw Power. This is a remastered version. Originally 1973, I think. Search and Destroy's on here. Pretty Faces Going to Hell. Raw Power, Death Trip. It's got some good stuff on here. Big fan of the Stooges, to be honest with you, and Iggy Pop in general. I think he's a bit underrated, maybe, by some people. Independent Worm, Saloon by the Butthole Surfers. Starting to pick up a few more of their ones now. This one is, they started to, it's not like super normal, but it's a lot more normal than Locust Abortion Technician and Hairway to Stephen. So there is more sort of traditional songy stuff. It's just songs, really. Who Was in My Room Last Night? That's probably the most famous one on here. But yeah, pretty cool album nonetheless. Gold Against the Soul by Manic Street Preachers. This is maybe their third album. Not sure. 1993 this one came out. I do like some of their stuff. First album, Generation Terrorist, is good. Holy Bible's good. Everything Must Go, I think, is a really good album as well. This one has got a La Tristeza Durera on it, which I think was the single. But yeah, not really listened to the whole album, so I'll give that one a spin. This one's a bit of a banter buy. Had to pick it up, really. Don Johnson, The Essential. Looking forward to checking this out. Have not as yet. I'm pretty sure it's going to be terrible. It is a little bit broken on the jewel case. Oddly enough, on Discogs, this rates a 4.78 out of 5. So someone likes it. This one's from 1997. This is the German version, which, you know. Anyway, Don Johnson, The Essential. If you've heard it, let me know what you think of it. I'll let you know what I think of it when I've listened to it. But I say I'm pretty sure it's going to be so bad it's good, maybe. Closer by Joy Division. A classic band. Not, once again, the biggest fan of theirs, but I thought I would grab that. Pet Shop Boys, yes. I do like some of their stuff. Quite a bit of their stuff, actually. I do think they're pretty cool. This one is from 2009. It's got no tracks on it that I do know, so we will check that one out. The all-time classic, Tubular Bells, Mike Oldfield. 2 tracks. 50 minutes pretty much, well 48 minutes 50. But yeah, something I didn't own, saw it for £1 and thought I'll add that. Room on Fire by The Strokes. Not super familiar with a lot of their stuff, but I did give this a spin and did enjoy it. I think it's pretty cool. This one is from 2003. Odyssey, the definitive collection of Vangelis. Yeah, good kind of synthy, soundtracky. It's got some, yeah, some cool stuff on here. Mainly got it for the end titles from Blade Runner, which is on here. But it's got some stuff from Blade Runner. It's got Chariots of Fire, Mutiny on the Bounty, etc., etc. But yeah, pretty cool. If you like, I'm sort of starting to get into that whole synthy, you know, Tangerine Dream, Vangelis, that kind of thing. So this one I picked up because I thought, well, I had to. Hookers for Jesus by the Spasmodics. I have no idea, or had no idea what it was or what it was like. It's a fairly sort of garage rocky kind of thing. Nothing to write home about, but the cover and title did make me chuckle, so why not? Pre-Millennium Tension by Tricky was previously in Massive Attack, who I'm a big fan of. Not checked this one out yet. I did have a little listen to it, but yeah, it seems okay. Luke and I Got Shit on My Mind. Honestly, when you see this kind of thing in some sort of like, yeah, charity shop, and you know, the people that work in charity shops, and then you just take this one up to the yeah, the counter, and you know, yeah, this one please. It's got titles like Pussy Ass Kid and Hoe Ass Play, and things like that. It's always banter, so yeah, it's actually not too bad. I did give it a spin, and it's kind of, you know, in that sort of hip hop kind of gangstery, but early stuff, like, you know, not like it is nowadays where it's all a little bit shit. This kind of, yeah, not too bad. 1992 this one came out. I think this is the French version. It was quite hard to find on Discogs. Actually, you know, I think I paid £1. I think it's, you know, goes for like £10 or something like that. Green Day, first album / EP, 1039 Smooth Out Slappy Hours. One of the few that I haven't got of theirs. I think I haven't, yeah, there's only one or two that I didn't have. So happy to grab that. Eagles of Death Metal, Zipper Down. This is their, I think this might be their most recent album actually. They did one with which was cover versions, but always good. Josh Homme, everything, Omi, should I say, anything that he's involved in is always pretty good. So yeah, decent album. And the last one for this one is the first Public Image album with a very youthful looking John Lydon on there. Some good stuff on here. Do really like a lot of the tracks. Religion 2 I'm a big fan of. Annalisa's good. Obviously Public Image, the title track, is good, and Fodder Stomp is just banter. But yeah, a really cool album. First album from them, and slowly starting to pick up their discography as well. I've got, I don't know, still a few to get. Metal Box is obviously hella expensive, but so yeah, that was my last one for today. So a fair few things picked up in the last couple of weeks or so since my last update. Let me know what you think. And I'll be doing, going into my R CD collection, and also the Queens of the Stone Age ranking, and I've got Rammstein to do, and I've got Red Hot Chili Peppers to do, amongst other things. So yeah, plenty to look forward to. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks very much for watching. Please like or subscribe to my channel, because yeah, it's just super helpful. Nearly been going for a year now, so yeah, it'd be nice to put a few more subscribers on board, but always grateful for any comments. And once again, thanks very much for watching, and catch you all next time. Take it steady. Cheers.